You're listening to the Here for the Clout podcast. Here are your hosts, Sherilyn Dale and Cece Suarez. Yeah, baby.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to... Nope, that's my channel.
That's you.
That's me. What's going on?
I don't
Anyways,
know.
How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow? And take two. Hello, Clout Queens, Kings, and in-betweens. Welcome back to the Here for the Clout podcast. I am one of your hosts, Chelsea Suarez, and this vivacious vision in violet is Sherilyn Dale.
I love it.
Is that one also your favorite?
They're all my favorite, but yeah, they're so good.
You're so
as
good.
I'm not Sid the Sloth, I'm happy.
That's all I want is for you to be happy. That's it.
Ditto. Samesies.
Yeah. So tell me about Hello Kitty Island. Is that what it's called?
Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Okay, so what do you do? It's a Nintendo Switch hour, if you didn't know. So we're Switch girlies now. I got my snack ready. So what's the concept? What do I do? Is there a Tom Nook? Is he a cult leader? I don't know. Tell me. What do I do? Should I get it?
There's no Tom Nook and stuff like that. It's not a lot of designing, okay? So Animal Crossings is basically like, you're working from ground zero. You're working your ass off in the fields there, right? Mm-hmm. Like you're picking the weeds, you're planting the fruit trees, you're fishing, you're selling that off. That's not what this is. So Hello Kitty Island Adventure is all the little Hello Kitty characters, and then you make your own. And you guys are all on a plane, and then the plane crashes, and you get isolated on this island.
And then you all eat each other.
Yeah. It's basically like Yellow Jackets, but with Hello Kitty characters. And then there's tasks, right? So then certain worlds like open up as you do tasks. So it could be like, go talk to Keroppi about, I don't know, collecting these things. And then
wait, go talk to who?
Keroppi, the little frog.
Yeah, I thought you were saying the name Calliope wrong. Keep going.
No. Keroppi. And just all of them. And then you give them, so all of them have different requirements for gifts. Mm-hmm. You are allowed to give them 3 gifts a day, and that ups your friendship. So the goal is to become like best friends with them. And like by doing that, you learn how to make recipes and give them cakes. And it's very fun. It's one that you can easily just get lost in, kind of like Animal Crossings as well. With Animal Crossings though, I find that there's not as much structure. So you can do like more designing and figure out where you want to go. With this, it's like if you want to have a task that you're working towards, it's easier to do that. Like to stay focused on that task, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And it's got the like I'm one of those like embarrassing adults who like still gets excited about like a little Hello Kitty anything. So perfect game for me.
I will be buying that.
You'll love it. And like on the Switch, I love that you don't even need the console, right? Like you can just like buy from the Nintendo store on there, which I absolutely adore. So that's how I did it, because I didn't want to like wait to buy it the next day. As soon as I heard about it, I was like, download now.
Yeah.
And then it's just on there.
Well, it's the same on like Xbox. You can do it from your phone, like from the app.
Right.
And then it'll download to your console. But then, of course, whenever Tony does that from his phone, he's like, hey, can you go into my room and can you turn on the Xbox and then go to, and he like wants me to confirm that it's downloading. I'm like, yes, Tony, this is working like it does every time. I just really, need Crime Scene Simulator. I put in the Patreon chat. I don't know if y'all know this. We have a Patreon. It is patreon.com/herefortheclout. And we have, by the time this goes up,
9,000 episodes on there.
We've about 1 billion episodes on there, but we will have the annual Pod Girly. We need to come up with a better name for it. But the annual Pod Girly Q4 adventure. It's not even Q4 yet. We're still in Q3. That we do now, allegedly, apparently. Twice is a tradition, right? So yeah, we are going to...
We're going on our next adventure.
Yes, we're going to Vegas. With
the girlies.
The girlies. And some extra girlies.
And some extra girlies.
And some boy girlies.
Brent, I'm not allowed to talk about the trip, so I've just kind of let it simmer.
I'm really sorry.
I said what's happening, and I gathered by the reaction. It was he was not as excited as I am. So I'm not talking about the trip.
Well, that's
Leading
what
up to, probably won't be talking about it coming home, but I will talk about it on the Patreon.
That's what I told Jessie too, because in our group chat, she was like, I fear that me and you are the most excited because her and I are like making the reservations, I'm making the plans, I'm buying tickets and blah,
I'm
blah.
excited. I'm just not allowed to talk about it with Brent.
Well, so that's what I said. And I was like, keep in mind. I was like, one, I gave so many excuses for you. I was like, she's very excited, I promise. I was like, but
I'm very excited.
I was like, she has a friend in town right now. And we're working a lot right now to, take off next week. And she's in a different time zone. I just blame everything on the time zone. And she's like, oh, okay. And I was like, no, she's very excited though, I promise.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like I might make like gift bags or something. I'm so excited. I can't wait to wear those outfits again. I'm so happy they fit. Thank God.
I know. Yes. No, I can't wait. Yeah, no, I'm fucking pumped. I cannot wait. I'm not allowed to talk about it at home. So, anyways, get to talk about it here. We'll get to talk about it on the Patreon, and I'm very excited. And I'm so excited for food, and what I'm most excited for is that everybody is on the same page of wanting to Vegas the same, because I feel like Vegas can be very tricky to navigate if you have like different interests, right?
Yeah.
But if you have like the same type of Vegasers, like people who do want to just go for food and shows, that is so ideal.
Yeah.
I love it. And that's what everyone wants to do. Because I was nervous. I was like, oh my God, I'm an old lady. Like, I don't want to go to a club. I'm not going to be able to like pull an all-nighter. Like,
No,
so
we were talking about that. And I was like, Jessie, I don't know how to tell you this. I don't want to go to a club. And she's like, girl, nobody wants to. We go for the plot. And then we hide in the little VIP booth that we have. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I mean, I'll go, but then I'll probably dip out at some point, which is also fine. And like, we are very much so on the same page with like traveling and vacations and stuff. It's just like everyone is here on their own time. We're adults. We can separate and go off and do whatever we want at any point.
Well, and it's perfect that Lily and I are sharing a room because we both love sleep.
Yeah.
We both are going to sleep in.
Oh, yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure Tony and Nassim have already scheduled like a helicopter ride together through the Grand Canyon. And that's fine too for them to do. But I'm so excited. I can't wait. We probably won't, I say probably, we definitely won't have time to film an episode, but we will have a travel vlog up for Patreon. So that will be very exciting. And Lily will be in it. Jessie will be in it. Kathleen's going. So Kathleen of Kathleen Lights will be there. And then Tony and some other characters as well. So we're very excited.
There we go.
So
Go
join
watch
Patreon.
it. Yeah. I love the vlogs. And it's fun to relive and everything and bring everybody along. Anyways, you know what's not fun? Working your ass off to have an Airbnb and then it gets destroyed. Now, when I first saw the first clip that we're gonna watch it as I did, I was like, oh my God, what in the hell happened? Like, what did these guests do? And then I feel like once we go on the journey, I don't know. I had some thoughts. So maybe let's just all go in real time together.
I'm scared. Okay, so we're going through. Oh, wait, Jessie.
Oh, what's pitch? Stop it right now. I thought that I was like, there's no way. Aquaman? Wait, is this confirmed?
I'm not going to believe it unless it's from Trisha.
Aquaman Moses Paytas. No.
Trisha just posted a picture of her in an Aquaman costume. Yep. So they're going to call him Aqua, just like how it's Malibu Barbie, and they call her Malibu or Boo. And then, Aquaman Moses Paytas Hackman. Or they'll probably call him, Moses, or like Little Moses. Lil Mo.
Lil Mo Paytas. Oh my God, that's
so
adorable.
Cute. Listen, that's okay.
Is it? It's okay.
It's not my kid. I wouldn't name my kid that. She also named her other kid Elvis and Malibu Barbie. So what do we expect?
Oh my God, Aquaman. I can't. It's even embroidered on the...
Oh yeah, on the hat.
Can you imagine being the person who did that like hat and like you knew before? I love that. You know what I mean? Like, because you got to pre-order that, right? So they knew. Probably had to sign an NDA. Oh my God, in the Aquaman outfit, I literally can't. He looks just like Moses. Oh my God, I fucking love it.
They all do.
That's adorable. Okay, anyways, back to the Airbnb. What a wild ride.
I love how neither of us believe Jesse.
I know. Ah, shit, that's funny. Let's go on this journey together.
Yeah, I'm excited. I love going, like, being presented the information, just how, like, you found out, where it's like, that's why I love how Kelly will do our outlines sometimes, where she has it like, this is like a teaser, or like, this is how I found it, and then, like, here's,
Yeah.
and listen, if you're trying to do like a story time or something, that's a way to, like, how I've noticed a lot of them will put text on screen and say something crazy, and then, more people want to know about it, then you have to do like a story time, and then it takes off. Like, it's a way to trick the algorithm, I'll tell you what. All right.
What? Okay.
Ooh, that's a lot of videos. All right, so this is the first one. Ew. Oh no.
Is that the most gorgeous Airbnb?
Girl,
this is what I want.
It got flooded. Oh no, that's like your vibe for sure.
I want that. I want an apartment like Kris Jenner has. I've always wanted that. Like, I just want an apartment for myself, and just, like, not to live in it, but to just have it. Like, whether I'm gonna rent it out, whether it's just gonna be for my family or like my friends to like have a place to like go and visit, whether I use it as an office. I love that Kris Jenner has like that. She forgets about properties that she has. I love, and this would be my vibe.
So this is very much Trixie Motel vibes.
Yes.
And
Obsessed.
I love this so much. This is so beautiful. And that's so sad. If you see though where they cut, for those of us who have not been through hurricanes and hurricane flooding and hurricane damage. So you cut the drywall when you have that flooding so that you can, do remediation and all that and not have mold. So the place got flooded. Like, what the? So it says 4 guests, 23 years old, 1 birthday party, 100,000 worth of damage caused. 4 guests.
So obviously this is like, you're thinking, what the fuck did they do? Like, did they have a hot tub in there?
Did they have a
party? What I mean? Like,
and it was more people?
Were they being idiots? And it's, that's that's kind of, she's blaming it on the guests. And all right, I guess we'll see, like, obviously they're at fault, but not intended. And like, this is, let's just watch together, okay?
Be quiet. You're making me confused.
I know. I'm making everyone confused. Okay, so let's just listen to part. But so when I just saw this, I was like, what the f did these 23-year-olds do? Those kids. What the hell are they doing?
Big those kids, yeah.
Big those kids.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go on the journey.
I'm Grace. I own the very pink Airbnb that you may have seen floating around TikTok, and this is the story time of how it got destroyed. I'm really nervous to record this because people in the comments have been going a little bit insane, and that stresses me out in a big way. I want to remind you that I am a real person. Please have some humanity when you're talking to me or about me. Please have some humanity for everyone that you interact with, even if they're on the internet, because there's a real person on the other end of things. I try to be as concise as possible. I'm not going to try to do 100 parts. This is already my second go at recording this. I already tried to record it once, and I literally talked for 10 straight minutes, and I just feel like I blacked out. So I was just like, oh my God, I got to start over. So it might be a few parts. I'm doing my best here. That's all I can say. For everyone in my comments that's very angry about Airbnb and just furious and, you're the scourge of the earth type of thing, I just want you to know that, like, I'm not a mogul. I'm not a billionaire, a millionaire, or conglomerate, or a corporation. I'm one person. I'm a single entity, and this is the only home that I own. My ex-husband and I worked really hard to even be able to afford it. We saved for literally the 11 years that we were married, and we worked on it together for a full year. We lived out there. We did everything ourselves because we couldn't afford to hire anybody else. So, like, before you just make a snap judgment on someone, you'd never know the full story. I want to remind you of that. And also that where I own this house, well, first of all, I live in LA, and so one of the reasons we bought this house is because we couldn't afford to buy a house in LA. I still can't afford to buy a house in LA. I can barely afford the house that I have. But so we bought where we could afford, and also where we bought, the city has certain stipulations and laws in place that prevent too many Airbnbs from operating in the city. They keep it to a small percentage of the overall entire housing population so as not to displace locals, but also to have places for tourists to come and stay, because tourism is a huge part of the local economy and it provides jobs for the people that do live there.
Oh my God, we get it. You're a landlord. Let's keep it moving, girl.
I mean, I do like the teaser, because a lot of people, I think, were just writing off anything because it's like,
Yeah.
anytime I've said that, anytime I've been like, I would love to like have an Airbnb, I would like to do it like her. And maybe that is the assumption a lot of people have, where it's just like you want to just become this like Jeff Bezos and like just like undercut everybody in the not having this one little like shanty that I would love to just like demo and like rebuild. You know what I mean? Like actually like bring value to a neighborhood. Like that's the intention. But I understand that not everybody's mind goes where mine does.
No,
and
obviously.
that they're just thinking, like evil, right?
Yeah.
So I do like that she's prefacing, because that's what I thought. Like when I saw the Airbnb, I wasn't going there. So she's getting the people like in the comments who have like the negative connotation about it, and I get it. So I like that she's like, this is the only one. And like I just wanted this little guy. Worked hard for it. You know what I mean?
And
did it all myself.
And that's valid.
Project
girl.
of love.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? You want to just like be like, wipe Airbnb off the face of the earth, but there is some good that comes from it too. So please just keep that in mind as well. We forget any more things, but again, I'm just doing my best. If anyone is coming for me being like, you didn't do any of this yourself, blah, blah, you were married. Yes, we bought it together. We renovated it together. We got divorced afterwards, unfortunately. But I bought him out of the house afterwards. So I own this property myself. It is mine and mine alone at this point, to clear that up as well. One more thing before I start this story. I'm so sorry. I just want to say that if you've seen this and you're like invested in the destruction of my house, I hope that you'll be invested in the construction of my house, because like I said, my ex-husband and I got divorced after this project happened. And because of that, I never even posted about it. And that makes me even more sad on top of everything else, because this is something that we put a lot of thought and care and love and intention into, and we created something really special, and I know that, and I want to be able to share that with people. So I hope that that will matter to you too. All right, let's do this. The story. My ex-husband and I bought this house a few years ago. We renovated it for a full year together. Like I said, it was on Airbnb for less than 2 years when this happened. The incident itself happened almost 4 months ago, like to the exact day. It was a group of girls staying at the house. They reached out. She was like, hey, I love the space. I want to celebrate my 23rd birthday out there. Great. Can't wait to have you. Stays fine. And then I think it was a Sunday. It was their last full day staying there. The guest reached out and she's like, hey, like, we don't have any water at the house. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. This has never happened before. Like, let me look into it and get back to you. So I do a little research and I find out that there's been a break in the city main line. So this isn't like a pipe that flooded at my house or anything. This was a city main line. They shut the water off for the whole city. It was an emergency shut off while they made the repair. And I let her know that. I was like, hey, they're actively working on repairing it right now. It should be back up in a few hours. I will keep you posted with any further updates that I have as I have them. They're like, no problem. We have bottled water. No worries. Okay, great. Several hours later, I actually get a call from my neighbor out there. And he's like, your house is flooded, like, blah, blah. And I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? First of all, this is a worst case scenario call that you never want to get this call. You know what I mean? So I go to Airbnb. I see my guest has messaged me and she's like, hey, can we get on a phone call? It's urgent. I call her. She's like, the house is flooded. Okay. And she admits fault to me over the phone. She's like, we left the faucet running. So it's like,
Okay, on screen it says they left the house for several hours and then the water got turned back on in the city while they were gone, and the house flooded because they had left the tub faucet in the on position.
So, having been in a situation not like this, it never went on. But when we did the move to Mexico, the my life.
Trauma.
Yeah. That was part of it. Nothing was working. The taps weren't working. So I could understand being like so frustrated about like just trying to figure it out, and then maybe not thinking, oh, like did I go back to all of, right? Because you're going around like everything trying to like figure out.
Well, and if I know I've said it multiple times to you too, is like nothing makes me feel more dumb than one, figuring out like time zones. Like, well, both of us have that problem. It's like, okay, it's this time for me, this time for you, this time for Lily. Like, what time is it for everyone else? But then also is trying to turn on someone else's shower.
Yes.
So think about it. Like, you don't know what the off, if it's like a weird one, right? You don't know what the off position is, what the on position is, unless it's like, one that's super easy, right? And so how are you going to know if it's on?
Nowadays too, like aesthetically, like back in the day, it used to be like hot, cold, like, and now you have the taps that don't have anything on them and they look really beautiful, and that's great. But like you said, it's like you go somewhere and it feels like everybody's shit's different. It's like you forget how to use a shower and a bath. I could see this, like that literally
100%
was Brent and I trying
this would
to
have been
find
me.
Yes. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, the taps or like the water's off right now. Maybe let's just go get some lunch and then we'll come back and hopefully by then it's on. My heart literally breaks for everybody in this situation, because the way it's like 4 guests, like 23 years old, 1 birthday party. I was like gonna go for blood for these children.
Yeah.
Not children, but like these young adults, right? Very young adults, I'm assuming. Like they're celebrating it. They just were able to legally drink a year ago.
Yeah.
I'm 40 and I still can't figure out showers and taps places.
Girl, when we were in Disney this last time, Tony did it too, but he took a shower before me in London, and I'm pretty sure I told you that he came into the bathroom when I was in the shower, and he's like, oh, good, you got the shower figured out? Yes, babe, I've got the shower figured out. And he's like, well, sorry, I know it makes you, gives you anxiety. I was like, thanks, Tony. He's like, okay, just want to make sure.
It's true, though. And then can you imagine how much more, like, anxious it is when there's nothing coming? Because that's what I was like, what the am I doing wrong now? When we were in that one house, when you're going with the taps and they just keep turning, and then you're like, okay, what way was I turning? And there was just no water. So that situation I completely understand, because usually when you can't figure out taps, there's even an indicator of, okay, well, at least there's water coming from
yeah,
here.
so it's like, okay, I've turned it on because there's water coming out. But now it's like, okay, wait, is it on or is it off? Because there's not water coming out.
I know, right? So my heart. Anyways, so they came back, and while they were gone, obviously the taps were on.
Yeah, but like insurance and I'm sure she's probably going to go over that too, I hope.
Yeah, I don't know.
They had gone around turning faucets and whatnot on in the house, and they left the tub, like shower tub combo faucet on. And some of you are like, well, like it's an accident, like you couldn't be able to tell, but it's like, it's not the knob ones. It's like one of the ones that's just one handle, right? So it's like, it's very easy to tell when it's on and when it's off. That's like common knowledge, right?
Not really.
No, not really.
I don't think so,
Especially
because it could be opposite.
Yeah, but especially if like you don't live there. Like it's not like one of the ones like mine, it's one of the ones that you like pull out. But also like regardless, it was an accident. They didn't mean to
you didn't
do
think
it.
That they did that and left and was like, let's fucking drown this place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please.
So, yeah, I think it's more so just it wasn't malicious or intentional. Like who the would do that? But also like, yeah, that sucks. But I don't think it's right for people to be like, oh, well, you're, that blanket statement of like anyone who owns a property. What?
You deserved this. Yeah, exactly.
Fuck?
I'm like, everybody in here, I think, is just
like I would love
like what like it's just a terrible situation.
Yeah, it's
no one intended for this. So I mean, I don't know. It's hard. I don't want to come hard on her because it sounds like she's already, like got a lot of stress and going through a lot. But the like saying it's not an accident, it's like, no, but it is.
Yeah,
that it's an accident.
Yeah, but
to
also
think that they like to lay out the narrative that these were just troublemakers that wanted to with her dream and all of her hard work, like that's not fair.
Yeah, completely. I agree. And I also think, it's important to take into consideration, like, the things that she said before, like this was a labor of love, not only like with the, design aspect and everything that she clearly put into it. That place is gorgeous. But then also
Beautiful.
like her and her ex, like you did that together.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of emotion. You can tell there's a lot of emotion already there. Yeah.
And she's wearing cute overalls. So like,
and her little, what do you call
crochet
top? Love. Yeah.
And I don't know if the tub drain was plugged or what. All I know is that, over 1,000 gallons of water was dispersed out into my house, according to the water district out there. I called my cleaner right away. I'm like, hey, this happened. Can you get out there and just try and start getting rid of as much water as soon as possible? Sure. She goes out there. She's like armed with the shop vac. She is just shop vacuuming like, huge tubs of water. I think she told me she shop vacuumed at least 19 of these full things out of the house. It was a lot of water. The thing about this whole situation is a lot of you guys are like, it was an accident. Like, you don't have the right to be upset, which first of all is crazy.
Yeah.
I understand accidents happen, but that doesn't change that the outcome of something is horrible and devastating. You know what I mean? Like, when someone's killed in a car accident, well, it's an accident, but that doesn't change the fact that someone was killed. Like, that's still a really hard, sad situation. And I'm not comparing my house to the death of someone, but I'm just giving a more extreme example to show that, like, outcomes of accidents are still devastating. But the thing about this situation is, like, my cleaner told me that when she got there, the guests were drinking, they were taking shots while she's shop vacuuming water out of my house. Like, that's how much they cared. They didn't. And I never received an apology, not from any of the guests. Not 1 ounce of contrition. Do you know how far that would go? Like, if I put a scratch on someone's wall while I stay there, I would have apologized. They flooded my whole house, and they did not apologize. And then on top of it all, they asked for a refund. I asked for a refund for the last day that they were staying there. Airbnb gave it to them.
That changes everything.
Oh, no!
That changes everything. Not only, like, because at first it's like, okay, well, what are they supposed to do? But then also it's like, okay, it was an accident, but it was your fault. So, like, maybe we, make a little cleaning party and, like, maybe move stuff off the ground or, like, help her document things or, like, something. So, God, it's every like few seconds.
I will say this. At 20, just fresh 23 years old, I probably would have been like really overwhelmed of like being in the way and not wanting to like offer like assistance and being like, we can leave. Like, what do you need from us? Possibly. I would never have continued doing shots like around somebody cleaning up and never would have asked for a refund.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's interesting that they were still there.
Yeah.
I would have, not to be like, I would have fled the scene, but like, I would have, like, get out of their way. Like, you're not doing anything there.
Yeah, like, where can what do you,
leave.
yeah, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
where do you need, I need an adult. I feel like I would still do that right now.
Yeah.
If I was with Kelsey, we would have been like boots on the ground. Like, she would have been like, get some rubber boots. Like, we're doing, I would be like, okay, yep.
Yeah,
I need the direction.
Yeah, we're playing people for sure over here. So we would have been doing something. I mean, I guess I can, like, maybe they were thinking like, okay, we're not going to let this, ruin your birthday weekend and like keep taking shots or whatever. I don't know. But like, and again, it is important to, take into account their age, I guess, too. But it's like, you can have some empathy.
I'm also trying to think of like, okay, there's probably not of like, dispensable I don't know, income at this age as well, to be like, okay, if we've already committed to like these days and now they're obvious, like, have they traveled up from out of town? Do they have the funds to like pay for another place in addition to this one that they're, do you know what I mean? Like, usually in your early 20s, you're like, all right, if I pay for this, I'm going to be living off ramen for 2 weeks until next payday and let's go. Like, let's commit to the plot. They're not going to be like, okay, I can pay for a whole new place. So maybe that's the only thing I'm wondering about, is if they're wanting like the refund for that day to be able to put somewhere else if they're not close to home and they need somewhere to stay.
Well, and to be like super black and white about it, take emotion completely out of it. Like, okay, if they do leave and they're not staying there, or like they are unable to stay there or like complete their stay, then okay, I guess then they would get a refund. But then it's also like, but it was your fault. So.
But it was an accident.
Yeah, but again, something can still be your fault. You're still held accountable for it, and it can still be an accident. And the person who it affected can still be upset about it. That's 100% valid. I mean, that's
the thing. Like, there's so much here. I did not know about the refund, so we're literally living in this real time.
I do like that she said, if you are following along or like if you're invested in the destruction of my house, then I hope you will be invested in the like construction. And I just followed her. I am.
To like see how it all goes, like, and like watch how like that dream came to be. So, and honestly, like I know people don't like to hear this in these types of situations, but it could be a blessing, because like now it's like this truly can be like more of her vision. You know what I mean? Not even vision. Yeah. But because like you can tell that there's obviously some hurt. Yeah. Because she's upset. You can tell that she's upset that there was the divorce, that this was their dream, and it had to buy him out, and that's like a whole separate issue.
Which also, hell yeah that you bought him out.
Girl, I love that. Now it's kind of like, of course this sucks, right? Like, it's terrible, but being like, the light at the end of the tunnel is that like now this really is like anything you wanted to like adjust here, we get to do that, babe. Well, this is truly yours.
But not only that, but now like having more people invested and watching along. And then, I mean, that right there is great marketing and promo for the property itself. And then from there too, you know, people are seeing it more. You're getting more coverage of it. I mean, that's great. And she even said before, she was like, I am, upset that I didn't put it online before and show it off. Yeah. Because now it's destroyed. But like, girl, bigger, better, you got it.
Yes. Yes, it is a blessing. I know we can't see it right now, probably. I know. And I'm sure you're sick of hearing people say it. Yeah. I would be too, but I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, girl, hey, if it's done by the time we go to LA, I don't know whenever that would be, but we'll stay there if it's done.
Yeah.
And we won't, and we will ask for specific instructions on the faucets, because we are idiots.
Because they didn't have water in the house, and the guests I have messages from them asking, they're like, hey, can we still stay here tonight? Like, it's not actually that wet. And I was like, no, like, even if I said yes, Airbnb is saying no, like, they're going to move you somewhere else. So yes, it was an accident. Was there any contrition? No. I'm at 10 minutes again. There is going to have to be a part 2. I'm sorry. So I will see you in the next one.
Okay.
That's wild.
Right. Also, we're learning more information. So Airbnb was going to put them somewhere anyways, is what she said. Okay.
I do.
So there's no reason for the refund.
Correct. I do think, though, that them saying to her, can we still stay here tonight? It's not that wet.
I feel that that's like their age. Like, you've never done this before. You've never been in like
saying. Yeah, it's like, no. So yeah, that's. Yeah. But so we've said this many times before, the people who don't take care of things or don't handle, I don't want to say like materialistic things, but don't have that care and empathy for other people's belongings are people who don't know what it's like to have pride in like owning something like that. Or it doesn't even have to be something really expensive. Like my neighbor, he was so upset because like years ago he had one of those like inflatable like snow globes, like the big ass ones on his lawn. Yeah. And because he got a new one last year, and we walked every morning, we would have to walk over and see the Santa in the snow globe. Bean loved it. And his friend Cooper down the street loved it too. So we'd have to walk together, me and Holly with our coffees. Holly wants to know if she's famous, by the way. She texted me and she was like, am I famous now? She did a voiceover for Elizabeth. It was hilarious. And we had all the kids, 3 of hers and mine, in the room, like screaming at each other. But the point he made was great because he was like, yeah, someone came over and like stabbed it and like ripped it up. And he's like, we were just so upset. And he's like, but you know what? Yes, it sucks. But I truly feel bad for those types of people because the way that they treat other people's belongings and things really shows that they don't know what it's like to have these types of things. And that's why they don't care about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't know what it's like to care for stuff themselves. And I was just
Right.
like, wow, you're a good human. I would have fucked them up.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, think about it like that too. Like 23-year-olds typically don't know what it's like to own a property and what goes into that and caring for it. And I mean, I think
Of course, there's exceptions because I'm sure people are going to be like, I wasn't like this. And
Oh my
that, like,
God.
that's fine. But like, no, yeah, like typically, yes. And we also had to keep in mind, like, fresh, like they were there to celebrate it. So it's like 22, right?
yes, yeah, 22.
To own it and to like renovate something and go
Yes.
through a divorce. Like they don't know the emotion tied behind it. And then even just like asking to stay there shows the mentality.
Yeah, and listen, you don't need to be super mature. That's what your 20s are for.
Yeah.
They're for being dumb. And it's
We got to learn.
it's a test run. I tell everyone that. Your 20s are a test run or a trial run.
Yeah.
You don't know what the you're doing. 30s, you're in it. 40s, I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So, oh wait, yeah, we're celebrating your birthday too in Vegas.
No, my 40th is next year.
No, I know, but I know that. But this time,
No, I don't want to do. I don't want to celebrate.
fine, I won't make out with you in your room. I was going to give you a whole lap dance, but cool.
Yeah. No, I want
Y'all
the
just
focus
wait.
to be on
Get-
Jessie.
Get 3 drinks in this girl, and she's just. I already warned Jessie, just so you know,
About what?
that you get 2 or 3 drinks in you, and then I'll be saying something to you, and you'll just randomly go, "Ugh, let's make out already."
Kate, no. I'm staying away from espresso martinis this time.
No, we're not.
I will be. That
Maybe.
traumatized me.
Honestly, it traumatized me too. But I will keep that footage forever. All right, so let's continue.
No.
But all those facets. This is very multifaceted. There's a lot of. It's not just cut and dry, and
That's true.
and that's important. So you know what? You were right. I like that she went through like the objections and rebuttals like at the beginning, and even after f***ing watching that, I guess someone commented and said, "Let me screenshot it because that shit pissed me off." And said, so they accidentally left the water on and flooded the house, ... See how easy that was? 20 seconds, ... Like,
No,
like
'cause
sure,
there is
sure.
she's wanting to. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like you're not
Sure.
wrong, but that's not the whole story.
No. And then we're here. She's not catering, obviously, to you. Like, there are the people who like to go through a full, like, story time like this, and that's who it's for. Also,
Shut
did
up.
you ever consider that the people who, like, she's sharing the story time, being vulnerable and opening herself to dumb twats like that is also contributing to the repair of cost? You know what I mean? Like, of course, she's going to have insurance costs that also help. But if she's in the Creator Rewards program, there's also, like, just by watching and listening to her story, and maybe that makes her feel a little bit better, it's contributing to, the repair of her Airbnb.
Tell him, girl. Yeah. Ugh.
Okay, I'm recording this as a brief interlude. This is considered as part 1.5 because I was about to post part 2 and I realized that I left something kind of important out. I've had a bunch of people asking like why the house is so destroyed. People being like, you're an idiot because you only get mold if you let the water sit. You let the water sit. First of all, no. I had a mitigation and remediation company go out within 48 hours. What that means is they are there to remove all of the excess water. They're there to do damage control, essentially. This is like what they do. And believe it or not, drywall is not waterproof, you guys. Drywall absorbs water.
What
And my
idiots.
floors are
A
concrete,
lot
and
of
even
it.
they were wet. I'll post some pictures here in a minute of the guy posting moisture reads with like his little device. And I think he said anything over 80 or 90 is saturated. Basically, my house was saturated. And what they had to do was they brought in industrial grade dehumidifiers to run for literally like a month. Like my electric bill that month was insane from running these things. That's how long it took for them to dry the house out. And the reason the house looks so destroyed is because even that was not enough. There was so much water that they were like, in order to actually fully dry your house out, we have to cut the drywall up 2 feet from the floor, down to the studs in every single room, because it's the only way we're actually going to be able to dry the walls out internally. And if we don't do this, you are going to get mold, and that's obviously a way bigger problem. Another complication that happened with that is my house was built in 1959. Any houses that were built before 80 something, I can't remember the exact date, usually have asbestos in them. Asbestos is a hazardous material. So they had to test my walls for lead and asbestos, lead paint in old homes. There was no lead, but there was asbestos. So on top of cutting into the walls, they then had to bring in an abatement team to remove all of the asbestos. It was a crazy, crazy in-depth process.
So that's another thing that's like one thing after another when you are getting these types of things redone. So for instance, with ours, like a lot of y'all know, last year we had 2 catastrophic hurricanes back to back, like literally weekend to weekend. It was terrifying. It was just a lot. So for the first one, because of the storm surge, like my best friend Megan, she's 2 blocks away from me. I'm on more of like the corner, and then she's more in the middle of the block. And we're in our specific neighborhood, the middle, for some reason, the middle of the street like goes down further. We think it's because there's like the drains are in the, we don't, anyways, South Tampa, our infrastructure is insane. So all of the houses in the middle had like 2 feet of water. Like Megan sent me a picture at 3 a.m. and her 2 sons, her husband, their big ass Labradoodle dog were all on their bed in their master bedroom. And keep in mind, her son's a year and a half at that point, or hardly a year old. And the water's just like rising on either side of them. All of their furniture ruined, everything ruined. And they had to cut halfway up instead of just 2 feet like this person. But almost everyone here had to do that. Thank God, because of us being on the corner. Our house is a little bit higher up, but also it didn't get in the middle of like the main part of the house where like the living room is. But we have 2 additions on the sides. And so they drop down. And so so my office being a side of that, and then on the other side of the house, the dining room and laundry room. So we had to rip up all the flooring. I took like videos and stuff of it, but we're just super thankful it didn't get in there. But we had to not take up the drywall, thank God. But we had to take up all of the of floorboards and stuff like that. And we got everything checked, thank God as well. But when these people, you're having them check for something, then they find something else. And then because they find something else, you have to get that fixed. And you can't just be like, no, don't, because like they have that in their report. And then if you want it to be covered by insurance and not pay out of pocket for it,
you have,
like you have like, and then there's going to be, inspections and stuff coming out with insurance.
It makes me wonder though about the how they got around that while remodeling, like to make that an Airbnb. They remodeled for a year, bought the house, remodeled it to turn it into, the beautiful Airbnb. But usually, I mean, I don't know how it works in the States, but for, I guess even Canada, but like for Alberta specifically, permits, like every step of that's why it takes so freaking long to build things, because you're doing like permits at every like little moment, and it takes so long to like hear back from them, send somebody else.
No, of course, yeah, but think about it. If they're not doing structural changes, and she said they did it all themselves, it sounds like what they were doing was just like not
lipstick.
Taking down walls, and it was more aesthetics and stuff like that.
Makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Then you wouldn't need any permits really. And if it's not stuff having to do with inside the walls, then okay. And really, to buy a house like that, it sounds like they bought it like in cash. So then if you buy it cash, you're not having a lot of inspectors and shit like that come out, because they're coming out for insurance. Because if you have the mortgage, then you have to have insurance. But if you don't owe anything on the house, then you don't have to do that.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Like that's like with ours, we have to have flood insurance because our mortgage. But there are houses over here that people have lived in these houses for 50 years or so, and they don't have a mortgage. And so they're like, no, I'm not paying for flood insurance. And now, yeah. But also, we haven't been hit directly by a hurricane. And even still, we haven't been hit directly. It wasn't the hurricane last time with the flooding. It was the storm surge. So it's like,
right.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. So there's so many things that go into it. It's not just like oh, you got water on the ground. It's like,
And that's probably that's why I'm glad that she's like sharing so much, like screw the person who's like really quick. It's like, no, because like the backstory, like it's already helped.
yeah.
It's already helped me, who thought I had an opinion going into this from the clips that I've seen, and being like, oh, no, that I needed to know that.
Yeah, it makes me not ever want to own another property.
That as well. I've changed my mind now.
Yeah, there's just so, I mean, even with our house now, there's so much to do because our house was built in the 50s as well. When was, do you know when that one was built? Aesthetics wise, it looks like 50s or 60s.
70s, yeah.
I love it.
I love it too. I'm just devastated that they want to demo it. But anyways,
what?
Moving on. Oh yeah. After the 2 years, they want to demolish it.
Well, that's stupid.
So we're in Operation Save Home, but anyways.
So girl, I think the only option is to then buy it.
That's what I'm saying.
Or move. Okay, I was about to be like, So let's all tag Netflix so that Sherilyn can buy this out.
So I can buy my home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never thought I'd want to buy a home again, but once being in here and like learning that, I'm like, why? Why? Don't do it. It's got so much character and love.
It does. Girl, it does. And that lot is amazing. Like, imagine all the badass birthday parties we could, I say
we've already done.
Chelsea, you don't live there. Well, I know, yeah, but like just like as they get older and stuff.
I know. Okay.
Oh, I can't wait to move in. Okay, let's continue.
That's why my house is cut down to the studs. It is not because I let the water sit there. It is because my house was saturated. I'll show you the meter readings right now. Like, here's one of the meter readings, 92.6. Like, so that means saturated. When I'm up here, TikTok won't let me move it, but see, 99.9, soaked. This is the video my cleaner sent me directly after she got there. If you didn't see how much water was in my house.
Whoa, that's a lot.
In case you missed it, that's how much water was in my house. And you might think, oh, it doesn't look like that much. But according to the water district, over 1,000 gallons of water was dispersed in my house in about 2 hours. Even like an hour and a half in the time that they were gone and the water got turned back on. So it was definitely a lot of water, definitely enough to do obviously hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage.
It makes me think that they left on more than just one, right? That's a lot of water.
I think she said it was it was the tub and shower. So they were obviously like kind of like turning everything on, and then that was the one that like got left on.
Powerful tub, I guess. How to have like a visual, to visualize. She said 1,000 gallons. Okay, I'm gonna get like a good visual representation of that.
I like that.
I like to do that whenever I meet like different milestones with like subscribers, like how, like what stadium can fit like 30,000 people, or like how many people, I like doing that, or like it's the population of this, and I feel like it really like helps you understand that. Okay, so oh wow, Jesus. Water is really heavy. Have you ever thought about that? Yeah. Okay, so a standard bathtub holds 40 to 50 gallons. We would assume it would be a little bit smaller though, because it was probably a tub that was from back in the day, and like ones from back then are like a little bit lower on the sides. However, like the industrial drums that people like put dead bodies in when they're trying to put them in acid. I'm sorry, what, Chelsea? You know those drums. Yeah. You're like, yes, no, I have a few. That's why I don't want them to buy this house. I have it. So
we do have a crawl space.
Yeah. So that's 18 drums full.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And then in terms of a small pool, a small kiddie pool holds around 150 to 300 gallons, depending on like how high you have it filled. And then 1,000 would be like 6 kiddie pools. And okay, so the amount of like an above ground pool that's 2 feet deep and 10 feet wide.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean that's a lot. Yeah.
Well, yeah, even when she's showing like it's not up to her like knees or anything like that, but you also have to take in account that that's like the whole level of the house,
and
right?
that's sitting water. And yes, it's all over the house. Like that was in like a living room. That wasn't in a bathroom. And then a lot of that water as well is getting like soaked into things, like into fabrics, but also water seeps up the walls and goes through it, and then also goes like up the studs as well, like the framing. So it's awful. I mean, girl, it's been a year almost, and there are houses here that still are cut with the drywall because insurance is so fucking slow when it has to do with a hurricane. For this, it would be, obviously, I would think they'd be a little bit faster, but it sucks real bad. Oh my God, it's a Labubu. That's scary. A Labubu just popped up on my TikTok. We agree that Labubus are just Beanie Babies, right?
Of this generation, for sure.
Are you still spending money on them?
No, I got one for Oriana, and that like she wanted, and then got myself one at the same time because like I wanted to be a part of the fad. And then I'm good
because like I don't want to be left out.
Yeah, I'm literally like the target audience for these types of things. Like I'm gonna buy it hook, line, and sinker every time. But no, it's out of me. Then I don't want like 9,000 of them on my purse or anything like that.
You don't want to be an ambassador for them, like James?
No, but it makes me happy. When I do look at it, I'm like, oh my God, it's adorable.
Yeah,
I got a bunch from AliExpress that are like the Lafufus because I'm not gonna buy one for Reverie. Yeah.
That's funny. I like that.
So she has like 4 of them and thinks like she's a big deal, and it's like it's so cute to see her. But they were like $10.
That's so smart. Have you seen the thing where a girl was talking about how she brings like a fake purse? It's like a little crappy purse she got from somewhere, and it has like random little markers in it and fake money. And she's like, I hand this to them and they leave us alone. They love it. She's like, they love fake money. It's crazy.
That is so smart.
It's genius because kids are always trying to get
doing that. I'm doing that.
You're like, I'm doing it with my own kids. I love it.
No, literally.
Also, if y'all have any like Airbnb crazy stories that you see on the internet, please send them to us because
we get so fascinated.
I love it. I
do too.
I don't
know what it is.
Yeah. Why? If you have any hypotenuses of why you think we like it, it's just because we're nosy bitches. Also, I know there's going to be someone who's going to be like, Kelsey said hypotenuse. Shut up. It's called comedy. Ever heard of it? Okay. You said fucker like 6 times earlier.
A whole other part 2 recorded, but people are just making me so mad. So instead, I'm just going to try to bullet point through some things instead. Some quick questions that I'm getting. Do I have insurance? Yes, of course I have insurance. I'm not an idiot. Is my insurance covering me? Yes, for the most part, yes. Is Airbnb covering me? What you need to know about Airbnb is they tout like a $3 million air cover policy, but if you have a rental or anything of the sort and that is what you're relying on for your insurance, that's a terrible idea. Don't do that. You need insurance, okay? Insurance is my primary. Airbnb is my secondary. They're supplemental at best. Am I suing my guests? No, I'm not suing my guests. I'm not interested in suing my guests. I understand a lot of you are like, sue them, lawyer up, whatever.
Girl.
Here's the thing. I'm not in the business of revenge. This has been an incredibly hard, really long, difficult season of my life. Like this house thing is just one thing of many, many things that have happened in my life. I don't have the energy to put towards being entrenched in some long court battle. I don't want to do that.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm. What does she use for her hair?
That I'm pretty sure because it's so long, I'm pretty sure she just braids it, I think.
So beautiful.
So pretty. So without a doubt, I would bet my life on it. Any comment section regarding like any story time, any drama, literally anything on TikTok, you will 1,000,000,000% always see someone in the comments, sue them, in all caps.
Yes.
For what, Jessica? Like, what do you...
Lawyer up.
Lawyer up. No, I'm already spending too much money. Like, I want to never see these people again. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Like, people don't
that's
understand
so true.
the time and...
Money
and effort.
Stress.
And
like, she's already dealing with it.
Like, you want to drag this out? Like, people... And what the... Yeah, you sue them for damages? Sure, but like...
Sue them.
Are they... You think these 23-year-olds are going to be able to pay you?
That's the thing, right?
No.
Like, they were asking for a refund to be able to afford the next place, is what I'm assuming. So,
and with Airbnb, like, you as I was about to call it a stayer. Sherilyn, a stayer?
A temporary tenant, if you will. A stayer.
A stayer.
Yeah.
As a frequent Airbnb stayer myself.
Yeah.
Why am I here? I gotta go.
I actually kind of like it. I think we should incorporate like stayer points and stuff. Like,
Ooh.
you know, you could get a little stayer card. Are you a stayer of the Airbnb world?
I do be staying there.
Yeah.
But like you get reviewed by the property owner as well, or like the manager or
Right.
whatever. And
Right.
yeah, so
Oh, yeah, that's bad enough. I didn't even think about that.
yeah, because even if
Oh.
you pay and
Their
like
stayer score is going down.
you better f***ing believe it is, and that blows. That sucks. They better
I mean, I guess it'll teach them.
they better delete that account
Yeah.
and make a new one.
You're gonna have to start from scratch.
Yeah,
New
that's
stayer points.
that's awful. But then also like if you're that young, you probably haven't stayed in that many Airbnbs, but like think about at our stage, that would suck. And I have so many like trips and shit and on mine.
I know, it's nice to like look back.
Yeah.
I always forget about that, and then I'll like see my interaction with like old hosts, and I'll be like, oh, Jag, I loved you. You know?
Not me not realizing that all of y'all could see the messages in there.
Yeah.
I'm like too friendly when
Do
I'm
it,
talking
lady.
to people like that. Yeah, do it, lady. Okay. So I feel like I understand her frustration so much because it's people who just don't know what they're talking about. And hey, welcome to the internet, girl.
Yeah.
Welcome.
And that's another thing. I feel for her because you could already tell like her going in based on that one teaser clip that like she just got to like experience
Yeah.
a flood of not a flood. I was gonna say a flood of negative attention.
Too soon.
I feel like Grace will get it. It's too soon, Grace. I'm sorry. A bombardment, if you will, of negative attention. Okay? Idiot, Sherilyn. Carry on.
That.
Let's move past.
What I want is for my house to be put back together. And for anyone being like, why would you sue them? It was an accident, blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing. Like I said, my insurance is covering most things, but there was a few things that they were giving me issue with. Airbnb was giving me issue with. That was the only time I was considering going after my guests because I was going to be stuck with these bills that I just simply could not afford. And again, yes, it was an accident, but you know what? First of all, for anyone acting like I do not have the right to be upset that my house is destroyed merely because it was an accident. This was you and this was your house. You would feel the same damn way and you know it. What? Go ahead and keep arguing in my comments. By all means, you're really just giving me further engagement, so it doesn't even matter. Had my house been left empty at the time when the city turned the water off and it got turned back on, my house never would have flooded and I wouldn't be in the situation that I'm in now, okay? The fact that the faucet was turned on, that is the reason it flooded. So it was guest negligence, whether it was an accident or not. I'm not saying they did it maliciously. I'm not saying they wanted to ruin my life, but this is something that still happened and it affected me, obviously, because they left that tap running. Also, some of you are like, well, why didn't it drain? I don't know if the tub drain was plugged or what. I don't know. I was not there. Do you have an overflow drain? Yes, I have an overflow drain, but if you do a quick Google search, you will see that overflow drains are not meant to drain at the same rate that a faucet can fill. So it wouldn't have evened out anyway. Just suing the guests for a second. Like I said, the only time I was considering taking them to court was when the insurance and Airbnb were giving me issues on these few things. That has since all been worked out, so I'm not worried about it. But what would have happened even before that is I would have gone into arbitration with Airbnb. If you've ever looked at the terms and conditions on Airbnb's page, they have a whole process of, filing disputes with them, blah, 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 and it's arbitration. So I would have gone into arbitration with Airbnb first. If that hadn't worked, then I would have taken the guests to small claims court. Fortunately, I don't have to do either of those things. Thank God. I don't have the energy. I don't have the desire. Like I said, I'm not in the business of revenge. I just want my house back. I want my life to be back in order again. I think that is a pretty reasonable thing to want. If you're mad because you think that I rage baited you into thinking that people threw some raging party and destroyed my house, guys, it's called a video hook, okay? It's social media. Come on, let's move on. I'm not criminalizing my guests, but yes, I am upset. They ruined my house, accident or not. I am a human. I have my limitations, okay? Come on. If this happened to you, I don't think you'd be giving them a pat on the back and a kiss on the forehead and being like, sweetie, it's okay. You didn't mean to burn my house down. Be so for real right now. So it's so frustrating for anyone that's pointing the finger at me and be.
I feel like I would because I always equate that age to Haley, right? And I just see, and I have to stop doing that because I give I'm always I don't know, like inserting myself like in things, like how would I react? And I just think like I would I would just think of it being like Haley and her friends and be like, I know you didn't mean it's okay. Do you want to live here when it's fixed? Like, are you traumatized?
Yeah, but with Haley, she's a good kid. She's a good human. She's not dumb, and she wouldn't have just been taking shots. She would have been probably
like that would have never happened. But I could see Haley making a mistake like this. I could.
Girl, I could see me and you making a mistake like this.
I know. But yeah, no, doing shots. Oh, hell no. She would be like, the punishment would literally be the guilt that she would probably feel for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
And losing sleep over it. But yeah, no, I like this. I like this girl. I think that she's hitting some great points. Yeah. Although I did agree with the rage bait of it. But then I like how she said, it's called a hook, people. It's like, yeah, that's true. But that's how it got me, right? Because I was upset. Yes. I was like, what do these little f***ers do? Yeah. And then you find out, and then it's an accident. And is she allowed to be upset about the accident? Exactly. Yeah. She is. Mm-hmm. However she wants to tell the story. It's not like what's her freaking face that we talked about, that type of rage bait where you're useless to the internet sphere. What's her name again? Amber. She keeps showing up on my too since we've talked. Oh my God. I know I will now, but I want to see if she's going to say anything about the podcast episode when it goes live.
I hope so. But let's continue and finish this one off, shall we?
You're a landlord, go to hell. Because it's like, look at my house and you think it's like a flip it and forget it. Like, I'm a landlord special type. You're missing the point. Like, if we just wanted to make a quick buck, like, we would have just put the house on Airbnb as it was. But instead, we took a year of our lives to, like, put countless hours into it and, like, craft it into this thing and place that people could, like, appreciate and be inspired by. Like, I built a freaking tufted wall, for God's sakes. Like, you look at my house and you can't see all of, like, the thought, care, and intention that was put into it, then I can't help you. I know I will never win with everyone. I will never please everyone. Somehow I'm the villain for my house being destroyed to some of you, and you're not my people, because that's crazy work. You know, for the people that, like, appreciate the house for what it was and what it will hopefully be again, you know, like, thank you. I hope you'll stick around for the journey of, you know, the renovation beforehand and the reconstruction afterwards.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. But also it's like the people who just have that, like, illogical thought process of, like, no, like, screw all landlords, like, you're blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, or anyone who owns a rental property. I mean, having a rental property doesn't mean you are a landlord, or owning another property in general. But I don't know. It's just like, yes, there are unethical aspects of that. There are unethical people in that. But I mean, someone's probably going to get mad at me for saying this, but it's like the people in the comments who are like, oh, your husband, you know, is in law enforcement. Yeah. And I'm like, you don't know him.
Yeah.
You want to know what they did yesterday? Also, he works a desk job. Calm down. Also, it's not a career-ending desk job. Thank you very much. That man's going places. I don't know where, but he's going places. Also, he showed me pictures yesterday of him and his entire team outside with umbrellas because it was raining. And one of them is bending down, and it looks like there's, like, unearthed, like, dirt next to him. And he goes, what do you think's happening in this picture? And I was like, please tell me y'all are having a funeral for a dead bird you found in the parking lot. And he goes, no, even worse. Our office fish died.
Oh.
They had an entire a memorial service, a ceremony for him. They put him in, like, Tony showed me this video. They put him in, like a mop bucket, and then, like, did something else with him. I don't know. And someone else, like a woman, like, put a, like, towel, like a rag over it, and was like, give him some privacy, please give him privacy. I was like, Tony, where are your bosses? And he was like,
I love it.
He was like, babe, the one who just said give him privacy and put a towel over it, that's our captain. Like, that's like the top of the top. Like, I love it. I was like, that's amazing. I love that for you guys. That's great. So, you know.
Not for the fish. That's so sad. I wonder who found it.
Girl,
it's like the word.
It was a beta fish.
You walk in and you're just like, oh man.
Yeah, I think it was during, like, one of their morning meetings, and one of them turned around and was like, Jerry's not looking too good. R.I.P. Jerry. You would have hated this.
You would have loved this. Oh.
But
he would have loved this because he would have survived in the water.
I don't know if it was that deep.
until it got shot backed up.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have survived that, actually. But I think we have...
I think that's it. Since TikTok, it's just a, the next one is just like one of those story times where you're just like scrolling through and seeing all of the damage. Just like what you think was once this, it was all of this.
Yeah.
And then she shows. So we can let that montage play because it is absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait to see what she does with, the Renos.
Oh, like I said, I
Wishing her
followed her. I'm
luck.
excited.
Yeah. And I
seeing
hope,
that.
we'll keep an eye on it so that we can, hopefully she doesn't hate us after this. I feel like we, we're not deserving of being hated. We do appreciate Grace. So she'll want us to go stay there.
Oh, girl, people hate me for the weirdest reasons, so I wouldn't put it past anyone at this point.
Okay.
But, I like her. I commented on her thing and I said, we're talking about her on our podcast. We can't wait to see what she does with the new renovation, and super excited for her. And also, where do you get those shorts overalls? Because I need them. Thank you. When we will leave you with this video of Chit that is perfect.
Do it, lady. JT, can you send me some craft mix for my birthday this weekend?
Yeah, I got you.
It's
It's your
their
birthday
boss.
this weekend?
Mm-hmm. Do it, lady.
Why do you look like this?
Do it, lady. Yeah, do it, lady.
Do what? Like make craft mix drinks?
All of it. All at once. On my birthday.
This is not a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever this is, can you please stop it? Can we please just get back to work?
Do it, lady. Do it, lady. Do it, lady. Do it, lady. Do it, lady.
Their boss is just like, please stop. I love it, though. Yeah, so we'll leave you with that. And we will see you over on Patreon because we have a little bit of time left to do a little Bone Zone episode for you. And make sure that you are subscribed to Patreon. Make sure you join it, patreon.com/here for the clout, because we are going to have an absolutely amazing Vegas vlog. And the travel vlogs are for the top tier, the Clout Queen tier. Yeah. Okay, well, stay delusional. Or stay feral. Which one do I say? Stay delusional. Nope, stay feral.
Stay delusional.
Damn the man! Save the empire!
Okay, bye.